Hey guys, welcome out to the range. Today I wanted to do a video for you. Slightly over on the time. It's supposed to be done in 7 seconds. Wanted to do a video for you on actually something that I just did just now. When I transitioned to the sidearm, I did this. And look what I ended up with. Now check out where the muzzle is relative to my feet. Not pointing at them, is it? Even if I wasn't wearing the chest rig, the muzzle would still be slightly in front because I have just enough tension on my sling to, actually I should probably load the gun up. I have just enough tension on my sling to control the weapon and keep the back end, keep the buttstock closer to my body than further away from my body, which is how you end up getting, well, even that is still not pointing at me. What I'm getting at is this. When you go to training, there's a 180 rule. You're not supposed to break 180, so let's say the firing line is this way. And when you go to transition, the gun runs empty, right? So the gun is now run empty, and you have to lower the weapon. You go to your sidearm, you finish what you're doing, sidearm goes away, weapon is grabbed by the support hand, placed to the shoulder, mag out, blah, 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 mag back in, back on the gun. And now they say your teammate is injured or you're injured and you have to render aid. So the point is, someone's injured, you have to render aid. Now you have to store this weapon because if you take a knee, your muzzle goes in the dirt. Even with a 10-3, your muzzle goes in the dirt. So you have to store your weapon. So what ends up happening is, and I'm seeing this more and more, what ends up happening is people are now being told to do what I just did here and store. And it works, right? It does. But here's the problem. When they say, okay, aid has been rendered, let's move. Well, now you have to bring the weapon forward, come out of it, get in it, to fight with it. And people say, no, man, just keep it around your neck. No, and here's why you don't want to keep it just around your neck. If it's just around your neck, and this weapon is pulled hard enough, this goes boop, and it comes right off. Obviously, it takes your hearing pro and your hat and your glasses with it, but the point is, there's nothing retaining this weapon to you except your neck. And your neck easily bends. If someone clocks you and the rifle is pulled, it comes off. If the rifle goes from this position to this position, now there's an arm in the way. Now, no matter how hard they pull, this appendage is in the way. It makes it that much harder for someone to casually get this gun off of my body. And yes, they can get it off by pulling this way, but the point is, it's not a casual snatch and grab like it would if it were just here. And guys, this is a military thing. I get that. I've heard it a million times from military guys and gals. I get it. This is how military personnel are trained. But military personnel don't have access to really nice slings that are designed for fighting purposes. That's what I build. And guys who have trained with me, trained with my slings, and that includes soldiers and SWAT operators that run these slings. And no, I don't bother putting everybody's names out there because I think that's a douchebag behavior to let everybody know, oh yeah, this is a unit that's running my slings. Whatever. Guys, none of you have let me down. People are ordering slings because they recognize the quality. And I have repeat customers. Every time someone orders a sling, when I pull up their pick sheet on my screen, I see everything they've ordered. And I'm like, wow, that dude's ordered 6 slings from me. I mean, really? The guy's ordered 6 slings already, and he just keeps ordering more. So I don't have a problem with return customers, which is why I'm not listing all the people and units that are running my stuff. Moving on. So anyways, the reason, I should finish that thought, the reason that this is a thing for storage of the weapon is purely because of this. Watch. Actually, I'll just leave you right there. So let's say that I finished doing what I need to be doing with the gun, and now I've got to render aid. What I do is I grab the stock and I go forward with it, and the weapon is stored. Now you'll notice the effect that happened there, and I'll do it again. Watch the gun as it comes around. See how it goes like this and stores? I'm stretching the bungee. I'm pushing away, out, rotating, and then placing it, and it stays where I put it. The reason that motion is crucial is it clears all my equipment. It's not rubbing against anything, and I'm putting it where I want it to go. And by hiking it up, here we go, by hiking it up and putting it where I want to go, it tends to stay there because of the bungee that I've actually stitched into the sling itself. Why this is an issue is because, let's say you're the instructor. Fire, it goes empty, mag out, mag in, back on the gun, and now they say render aid. Safety goes on. Now you're the instructor. Watch what happens. What did I just do? I just muzzled you, didn't I? I muzzled you and everybody else back here. And let me tell you what, that'll pucker your butthole real quick when somebody does that to you. Especially when you absolutely know that is a chambered weapon that just swept you. So I get it. So that's what this is about. But what have I just done when I do that? Guys, this is a teaching point. I watch this on videos. Many of you send videos to me and I watch them. And this morning I watched 9.5 minutes of stupid being presented by a former Special Forces operator who ought to know better, okay? 9.5 minutes of dumb being demonstrated in a really cool tactical fashion. And I thought, he's muzzling. He's intentionally teaching people to walk around muzzling at all times. Like, that's how you run with the gun, muzzling. Okay, so anyways, the reason that this is being taught is because they don't want people sweeping other people when they go to store their weapon. And I get that. And I've seen this since the 90s. Okay, I've seen this technique taught since the 90s. Here's the reality. And no, I didn't make this up. This was taught to me by someone who's been there and done that. You're going to muzzle people. So muzzle them as safely as possible. Muzzle them as responsibly as possible. And what that means is taking due care to not just fire around and immediately transition to something else. It means do things in a controlled fashion, because watch how fast this is as opposed to this. You know what? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Delay. Okay, yeah, let's do it on the shot timer. Let us see. Okay, let's do it my way first. From storage position. All right, so weapon is in storage position, and I'm not going to get in a combat stance. I'm going to get in the position that I would be if my rifle were stored, which is, you know, it's just standing. .43. Now I'm going to store it this way. .94. 2.43 and 3.94. That's not a little bit of difference. That's a substantial amount of difference. And you'll notice that when I did the one that I normally do for storage, I wasn't trying to be like overtly fast. I was just trying to get the gun up efficiently and in the gun. And this one was the same amount of effort to get the gun up and in a fighting position. Now I know someone's going to say, well, you realize you can shoot it from over here. Let me see here. Yeah, I guess you can, yeah. You can, not easily though. You can shoot it from over here. But here's one of the issues that some of y'all may not realize. Once the bullets start flying, your default position is where you're accustomed to having this gun on your body. And if you're accustomed to having the sling here, and you began the fight from the storage position and didn't properly get the gun where it actually needs to be, when you go to transition to your sidearm, conceivable that this could actually happen. You would try to place the gun where you expect it to go, and it doesn't go there, and it ends up doing this. Not to mention, this is in the way of my sidearm, which is, well, actually no, never mind. That's a discussion for another day that has to do with single point slings. I'll leave that alone. That's why I like consistency. In everything that I do, I like consistency. I know that the gun here, yesterday I was out here with a friend and we were running the Overland course. And I said to him, whenever I'm moving with my gun, I like it here because it's not in the way of my leg. The normal walking cadence, remember the majority of what you do with a rifle is carrying it. Normal walking cadence means that this gun stays out of my way. And if I need it, I can immediately get to it. It comes right up to where I need it. And when I don't need it, it goes back. Not here, where I'm doing this. Excuse me, here, where it's not. And the other issue is, you gotta be careful because your equipment will flick your safety off. And it happened several times yesterday, which is why my muzzle is always pointed away from my body. And the majority of my stuff is set up with 2-point slings because the majority of what I do with guns is wear them for protracted periods of time, and 2-point slings work better for carrying, which is the majority of what I do. So that's what I have for you guys. Once again, guys, all those little nuances that you don't know is why I'm doing these videos and why I'm doing them as straightforward and in your face as I have to be. It's not that I want to be. It's not that I like strife. I have to do this because people send me videos and I will sit there sometimes and go, what am I watching? Oh my goodness. In fact, this morning, my friend Zeke is watching this video right now, and I know you're laughing, dude. He and I talked about this video. I sent him the video and I said, I want you to watch this and tell me what's wrong with it. And he called me back when he finished. He goes, the guy was muzzling, and I was like, thank you. He's teaching you to muzzle. Like literally his teaching point was like this is the way you should be. I have no words for that. Moving on. So that's what I have for you guys today, because I have now overdosed on stupid just thinking about that video that I watched this morning, which is why I'm doing this video right now. Anyways, I thank you guys for watching. If you haven't noticed, this channel is not monetized. I demonetized it back in 2017. This is a viewer-supported channel. Every 3 days I drop premium content, which is why I don't have a Patreon page, because I don't have time for Patreon. Guys, I work 13 hours a day, 6 days a week. No joke. 13 hours a day, 6 days a week. I get started somewhere around 8 a.m. and I don't end until somewhere around like 11 p.m., okay? Most days, it's even a little bit later than that. So I'm at it, dude, 12, 13 hours a day, 6 days a week. So I love it. This is what I do, and I love it, and I love sharing knowledge with people. And that's what this channel is about. You can support me at tier1citizen.com. Go to the support Tier 1 Citizen media and take that $10 slider and just run that sucker up as high as you want. I won't mind at all. I thank you guys for your support. I thank those of you who have donated money to help support this channel, and trust that it's going where it needs to be going. And as always, I thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out and practice. Have a good one.